Mhm. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this world. It's so great to see you all. Happy Aquarius season. We just entered Aquarius season today. The sun moved into Aquarius. So happy birthday, fellow Aquarians. If y'all are new, I think a lot of y'all know that I'm an Aquarius. So I get really excited for Aquarius season. And Aquarius season's great. So I hope everyone's really feeling good today. How are y'all doing? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break down the best days of February and some challenging days. But before we even get there, I feel like it's important to talk about what's happening now, because I've told you a lot of things in your forecast about this time. It's a very pivotal time, right? I'm gonna let a couple others get in through. So great seeing y'all. Some new faces too. I love it. Hello everybody. Um, let's see. So uh, this is, as you know, we had Venus conjunct Saturn yesterday, and then tomorrow we have the Sun conjuncting Pluto. So these conjunctions again are really, really powerful. The Sun conjunct Pluto tomorrow. I mean, it's part of the bigger cycle that started December 2020 when some big things happened around then. Okay, we're starting a new cycle. Hold up, let me go a drink. And it's all leading up to what's going to be happening in February. February's a really big month. All right, it's not, as you know what February is. It's getting prepared for March. March is bonkers. March is absolutely bonkers. And remember, 2025 is very different. First of all, can you believe we're in 2025 already? It's always interesting, and maybe this is because I don't know, maybe because I'm an Aquarius or maybe because I channel, but I always feel like I'm in the year ahead by like the end of summer, fall. So when it comes to like August, September, I'll feel that I'm in 2026. It's so strange. It's very crazy. So yes, few things. We had that Venus Saturn conjunction yesterday. You know what that's all about. That's you building, just let me just build these structures in my life for the things that I desire, the things that I know bring me pleasure, the things that I deserve. And remember, that is that's just part one of three. We're going to have two more of those, okay, when we get to the spring. But the Sun conjuncting Pluto tomorrow. I try to really stress the importance of this. It is a powerful time. You will feel this shift right away, okay? And again, it's all part of the Jupiter Saturn cycle, when they conjuncted it in Aquarius in December 2020. So things are still playing out, but now you have this once rare, once a year Pluto Cazimi. That's when the Sun is conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius again. Nobody has experienced this in 250 years. And what is it? It is a wake-up call, all right? Time is speeding up. There are going to be big moments of revelations. There's going to be big moments of, the Sun is leadership, right? Pluto is all about transformation. The Sun is your life force. So, y'all, every single one of y'all are about to feel this really big shift happen in your life. It's almost like a rocket ship, and it's liftoff. Yeah. And remember, Pluto in Aquarius is going to be leading us into this new era, especially with all the aspects that Pluto has. Us being on the brink of the age of Aquarius, we are leaving the age of Pisces. Remember, that has been, let me just break this down real quick, because a lot of people were asking about the age of Aquarius. Well, every age, you can call them eras as well, if you want to call them eras. They last around 2,160 years, right? And there are 12 zodiac constellations. So we've been in the age of Pisces for the past 2,000 some years. And now that's where the sun is in that constellation. So now we're shifting into the age of Aquarius. And again, Pluto moving into Aquarius, that was the kickoff. That was the kickoff. So think about what happened in the past 2,000 years. It was Pisces. It was like the age of Pisces was a lot of ideology, faith, religion, things like that, right? Pisces is the fish, the fish is associated with, Christianity. And so we're leaving that era. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is very different. So we're in this transition right now. All right. So really big, great change. And Pluto in Aquarius is change, big ones, right? I've talked about this, old structures, systems, whether corporate, political. Anyway, these old dinosaurs, it's just changes are happening, and you're seeing that in real time. You're seeing that happen in real time. And it is definitely something that you're going to see play out. Remember, Pluto in Aquarius is 19 years. So things don't happen overnight, but with some of these powerful aspects that Pluto has, you'll see it play out. Okay. So what's happening is, if the easiest way to explain it is like, with what's happening now, um, Pluto in Aquarius is making room for new voices, new energy, new leaders, true people that represent the people, like true leaders, right? And remember, I said you have to have breakdowns sometimes to have those breakthroughs. Yeah. So it is a process. Pluto in Aquarius is all about power to the people. Yeah. Power to the people. So, and you can see again, I will point these things out to you so you can connect the dots. How powerful Pluto in Aquarius is. And anyone, by the way, first of all, if you're an Aquarius, you're leading the brigade. If you have any planets in Aquarius or Pluto in Aquarius, or if you're a fixed sign, Leo or Taurus or Scorpio, I mean, y'all are up to bat. Y'all are, the leaders. Cardinal signs are going to be the leaders as well when we have a lot of shifts that happen this spring and summer. But especially if you have planets 0 to 2 degrees in Aquarius, you're gonna feel it. But yeah, so what are some things happening right now? Well, anybody? Well, there's the TikTok ban, right? Pluto in Aquarius rules technology. Yeah. And don't forget, next week we're approaching Mercury conjunct Pluto again. First time that nobody on this planet has experienced. So communication through technology is changing. Meta changed their rules as well. Aquarius is humanity. It's free speech. It's revolution. So you're going to see a lot of this play out. A lot of this play out where it's impacting humanity, waking humanity up to say, no, 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 this is no, right? You saw, actually, in fact, when Pluto moved into Aquarius in November, you saw this mass exodus of Twitter, right? You saw new platforms gain a lot of popularity, right? In late December, you saw Twitter change rules, and that the people were not happy. And then even remember, Aquarius rules space and technology, and so over the weekend, I'm sure you heard that there was all this disclosure about UAPs. Videos were circulating from this whistleblower. So this is everything that's happening right now. Pluto is getting started in Aquarius. And humanity is just waking up. All right. That's the biggest benefit. Pluto in Aquarius is like humanity is waking up. All right. And you're going to start seeing a lot of this play out a lot more. Okay. You're going to see that a lot of these old structure systems, maybe, people in, a lot of power who have been up there for 30, 40 years, they're fighting hard to control the power, but it's really coming down to the people who are going to make the decisions. And remember, this is a process. It's not going to happen overnight, but you're going to start seeing bits and pieces, even technology. What did I say about technology? It's just, whew, it's going to be advancing 2,000 times faster this year than you have seen in the past 10 years. I mean, with, even just Google announcing Willow, right? That happened when Pluto moved into Aquarius, right? Willow, the quantum computing. So transformational changes with technologies, advanced AI is significantly gonna change. And that's, I know a lot of people have these concerns and about AI. There are going to be regulations, but there are all the benefits. So I would, if you shift your focus on the benefits, how it's going to help us, discover new medicines and really help with electric vehicles and accelerate progress in like fusion, new energy alternatives, many just future game-changing computing, right. What was it was Willow when Google was saying that they could they did a computation in 5 minutes that would take our fastest supercomputers, I think it was like 10 septillion years. And so our universe isn't even that old. And so I remember the announcement they put out that's basically saying they tapped into parallel universes. Again, Aquarius is all that. Aquarius is space. Aquarius is the unknown. And so and then January, just this month, just what, 2 weeks ago, OpenAI said that they tapped into AGI. So that's artificial general intelligence, and that comes after AI. But they said they now know how to make that happen. And AGI is, that's human level intelligence with AI. And so, and again, I don't think it's going to happen in 2025. Again, a process, right? It's a process. It may, but it's taking ChatGPT, which was at the height of its popularity when Pluto dipped into Aquarius last year for a little bit, when we heard that news. So, y'all, it's a big thing. It's a big thing right now. All right. So big wake up calls. Everything. I mentioned this in one of my last live streams. There are things that are for Big Bang, right? That's a theory. Like a lot of things that we know are just theories. And so that's what quantum computing is like great for, is that it's going to confirm a lot of things and change things. Remember, this is a year where everything changes. What we know, everything changes. The whole UAP thing and spaceships and all that, things are going to change. Gravity, for instance, like scientists still don't know why we have it, how it actually works. Things are going to change with quantum computing. We only know 5% of the universe. We don't know what dreams mean. We have theories. And so that even consciousness, right? Consciousness, that's what I said, 2025, the big focus, the collective, community, courage, and consciousness. Okay. I think that I think the data out there is it's only 5% of our mind is consciousness. I mean, that's a little that, and that's the same thing as like the ocean. We only know 5% of what's in our ocean, 5% of the observable universe. So again, with these new quantum technologies, those percentages are going to expand. And so I want you to know that a lot of this is happening now with the sun conjunct Pluto. Remember, Pluto's digging deep and it's excavating. All right. So there's going to be a lot more, you know, disclosures, I guess. What's hidden will be revealed, especially with Mercury, right? Mercury conjuncting Pluto. That's going to happen very soon too. Y'all, y'all buckle your seatbelts. The next few days, because we have the sun conjunct Pluto tomorrow, well, the moon is going to be trining Jupiter. That's really great. That's really great. Next few days, powerful, very powerful. Can be very emotional too, with the fact that I think that let me just double check. I think we have a grand trine. I think, I'm sorry, grand cross cardinal square, actually. Yeah, with the moon in Libra, Mercury in Capricorn, Chiron in Aries, Mars in Cancer. Yep. Okay. So anyway, just remember at the end of the day, take those inspired actions for you. For you. Okay. You have free will for a reason. You have a purpose. North Node just changed into Pisces. And that's what February really is. It's kind of like a countdown to March. March, 9 weeks, I think, is when the first outer planet changes signs. Remember, 4 outer planets changing signs the first time. And this is Neptune. Neptune's going to be moving into Aries in March, the first time in over 160 years into Aries. So again, we're ending an era, beginning a new one, the age of Aquarius, right? Also the age of wisdom, age of ascension, the great awakening. Okay. So buckle up. There's a lot of things that are happening right now, and you know it. So but for you individually, yes, so much big change that starts now for you. As soon as, and you're already feeling Sun conjunct Pluto, you're already feeling it. That's how powerful it is. And I with the readings that I did for you this week, I'm not gonna. And so with these overviews, I try not to go over the things that I say in your forecast. But there's a lot happening. All right. So February, what does February feel like? It's almost like you getting out of bed, the grass is cut, the kids made breakfast, right? They watched a Gordon Ramsay cooking class. Laundry's been done, bills been paid. That's what February's like, okay? It's all about you getting to focus on you, having the time to focus on you, okay? That is what February is like, and you're gonna love it. It's not as what's really okay. So January from this point forward gets a little bit intense because remember, there's a lot happening pretty much every day. And then March is the big month. It's eclipses, it's Venus retrograde, Mercury retrograde. It's a lot happening in March. Neptune moving into Aries. So February is you getting in the zone, taking those inspired actions for where you want to be, okay? And really, really working with that energy. February's sweet. I love it. It's a great month. I would even say one of the best months of 2025. But again, this is a month because you get time to put your ducks in a row, to take those inspired actions. You're already going to have a lot of changes happening in your life. Every single one of you from this point forward until the end of February. There is so much happening. Okay. All right. So all month long, I want you to know that, and I'm going to put up the best days for you. There's just a couple things I want to point out that's kind of important. So I want you to know that the North Node will be with Neptune pretty in Pisces pretty much all month. Okay, pretty much all month. And so you get to explore this, okay? This part of your life. All right. And I talk more about your weekly forecast, but that again, your North Node, your mission statement, it's you asking yourself, what is gonna make me stronger? What do I even believe, right? With Neptune there, what do you desire? Um, how will you get it? How will you get there? But most importantly, what do you want, right? With Neptune and Venus. Venus is still there. Venus is still there in the first week. Okay. Um, just know Neptune and the North Node are pretty much dancing all month long. That is empathy, compassion, the arts. It's very spiritual. And then you've got Venus, Saturn, Neptune, the North Node, all in Pisces in the beginning of February, right? But don't forget, don't forget, as we move into February, we have that new moon in Aquarius, one of the best of 2025. Okay. And so that's setting the tone for February for you, that new moon. And what's really interesting about this year, most of the new moons for the first half of 2025 are going to be at the end of the month. So it really is these new beginnings, new cycles, new opportunities that you're setting for yourself as you enter every month. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. All right. So February. Here's the thing about February. February, so something that's happening at the end of January is that the sun will trine Jupiter. That is one of the best, most auspicious, favorable, luckiest, right? We're talking about Jupiter here. So that's happening at the end of January with the new moon. And so right off the bat in February, oh my goodness, amazing, because you have the energy of the sun trine Jupiter and Gemini. Okay. So I love February. Okay, let me point out some dates for you. How's everybody doing? I thank you so much for being here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Leslie. Great to see you. Denise, great to see you. Jackie, Jean, love that you're here. Jean, DJ BTV, Terra Rocket Ship. Oh my goodness, I love that. I'm gonna take that. Thank you. On the hop on board the Tarot rocket ship. All right. So, um, Coily Cherry. Hi. You said, is it possible for you to mention crystals to work with sometimes when you're talking about aspects? Yeah. I did a video on crystals. It's in the bonus playlist, bonus videos. If you want to take a look at that, I talk about my favorite crystals, but I can tell you right now that I quartz, honestly, really amethyst. Those are the best. Like for me, I get a lot out of that. Feldspar is another really great one, but yeah, the thing is, I'm a firm believer that certain crystals work best. It's unique to you. It's what you vibrate with, right? It's like if you went to a candy store, if we had all this candy in front of us, I'm gonna be attracted to different candy that you are. Does that make sense? So I always recommend going into a crystal shop, a metaphysical shop, anything like that to see what you vibe with. Yeah. All right. Carrie, you said you had no idea the ages are 2,000 years long. Yeah. They're 2,160 years. You can call them an age, you can call them an era. And so because there are 12 constellations, that's 25,960 years when you get to the very beginning again. Can you believe that? And that's when we have the precession of the equinox every 25,920 years, just something like that. And that's when the earth wobbles, it tilts on its axis. I'm not going to get into that, but I talk about it in the book that I'm writing. Okay. DJBTV, you asked, can you talk for a second about how the degrees of planets factor into astrology? Yeah, it really, there's degree theory. It really, remember there's 30 degrees per sign. And so there are certain degrees you really want to pay attention to. Like I said, this year, you're going to have all the outer planets pretty much shifting between 29 degrees, 0 degrees, 1 degree. That's why this is such a big year. Those are critical degrees. Those are very critical degrees, but every, degrees are really important, especially with lunations, with the new moon, the full moon, certain aspects as well. And I talk about one in your upcoming forecast that is pretty insane. um ADHD lawyer, you said UAPs. Yeah, yeah. So it's that's Pluto and Aquarius, but then when Uranus moves into Gemini over July, that's just going to take it to a whole other level. You saw the drones recently, right? Nobody's talking about the drones anymore, but there's a reason for that. And you're going to see it play out through this year, okay? In a really big way. In a really big way. All right. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna put up some banners here. And so can you see that? So happy Aquarius season. It starts today. All right, the sun in Aquarius. And then again, remember with that bang of the sun conjunct Pluto, it's like we really hit the ground running in Aquarius season. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the best days of February 2025. I'm just going to touch upon them briefly if you want to mark them in your calendar. Because you always want to take action around these times, set intentions, just really get amped up for where you want to be, by the time we get to the new moon in Pisces. All right, so February 1st, I talked about this last week. I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago. We've got Venus, Neptune, North Node, the moon, all conjunct in Pisces. And so that Pisces energy in your chart and whatever it represents for you, for your sign, rising sign, all of that, big. You're going to feel this play out. Okay. And remember, I wrote Sun trine Jupiter here because remember, it's happening the day before, 2 days before. So and the new moon in Aquarius is happening 2 days before. So we're kicking off February with the energies of that. So already so much happening here. The North Node, Venus, Neptune, again, you are definitely going to be focusing on what do I want for my future? What does my heart desire? And is this real? Is this really what I want? Where the direction that I want to go? Is this it? Y'all are going to have big moments like that. And all right, so let me see here. What happened here? Oh, there it is. Okay. So the next day, this is a great day, February 3rd. Then you have Mercury trine Jupiter just at the same time the sun trining Jupiter. And so this is a great time to where a lot of y'all are going to definitely going to be signing contracts, making some sort of agreements. This is Mercury, the messenger, right? The communicator. You could have really great moments in travel around this time. Great time to travel. I really love this. This one is going to be particularly strong because Jupiter is in Gemini, right? And Mercury at this time is still in Aquarius, so that's really nice. Fellow air sign there, but Mercury is Gemini's ruler. So mark this in your books. This is a great time to say the things that you need to say. If you want to ask for a raise, if you want to negotiate something, this is perfect. This is great, right? Now, The day after, Jupiter finally goes direct. So, Jupiter, which has been retrograde for many months, goes direct, and you are going to feel this, the planet of luck, good fortune, expansion, wisdom, profit, abundance. So now Jupiter will remain direct, okay, until June. So all remember when Jupiter was retrograde, that was all about going within, the inner wisdom, and having that gratitude for all the luck and abundance that came into your life since May, and really thinking about, which way forward you want to go. You're a lot wiser now. You're the wise owl. Now you're getting that big boost of Jupiter. Jupiter's woken up and is here to bless you, help you, let your world expand. So you see how February is already amazing, because February 9th, Mars trine Saturn. Okay, so I got to tell you about this. You've got the two malefic planets, right? The malefic planets they're getting together, doing something incredibly special for you. This is your drive, this is passion, this is everything. The actions that you're taking, Saturn is bringing stability to it. Now, this is typically like maybe a once a year aspect, but we're having it several times this year. All right. So this is like this is your determination kicked into high gear. This is perseverance. Now, this you will feel all month. All month. Okay. This is strong, and it's happening in the middle of February. So this is really strong. One of the reasons why is because Mars is already retrograde in Cancer, remember that. And this day, one of the reasons this day in particular may be very strong for you is because we will have a Mercury cazimi this day. So huge moments of clarity, awareness, that word I made up, awareness and clarity. Brilliant ideas. So it's happening the same day. All right. Now, one of the reasons why this is also huge and you're going to feel all month is because just like 2 weeks later, Mars officially goes direct. And so do you see how Mars is moving slow and goes direct and goes back, or forward again? And so Mars trine Saturn, you're just going to feel a month. All right. We have had Mars retrograde for many, many months now. Mars is all that power. It's empowerment. It's all that energy. It's physical energy, physicality as well. Remember, a lot of y'all could have felt drained recently. Mars officially goes direct February 23rd. So you're going to see a lot of movement, a lot of big movement, a lot of progress. And here's the thing. It still may feel a little slow, and your emotions still may be heightened, because even though Mars is going direct, Mars will still be in Cancer. Okay. And so Mars is going to be Cancer up until like April. But hey, we'll take it. Mars going direct, we will take that. Look what happens here. You've got Mercury conjuncting Saturn now on February 25th. I told you, and I'm not giving you all the days. Remember, I want to surprise you in your February forecast with some other things that are happening. This is amazing. Mercury conjunct Saturn. And remember, Mars is trining Saturn. So Saturn is doing a lot of great things for you now. Mercury conjuncting Saturn only happens once a year. This is a time where it is pretty much a lot of y'all big writing projects, your creativity is going to flow, contracts you may sign, agreements, things for the long term, right? Really strong commitment energy here. The stability that Saturn's bringing you, that you earned passing Saturn's test. But this is also the power of the mind. Just being very focused. Mercury is intellect, yeah, in addition to being the messenger. So there is something here where you are just going to have so much clarity and focus in a very structured, disciplined way. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It's a conjunction too. It's powerful. So this is another cycle, let's call it a cycle, that could be set up for you based on the actions that you take, that can be very long lasting. Okay. Now, there you go. We got the new moon in Pisces, February 28th. So one of the best new moons. I love this new moon. And I want you to really pay attention to what happens in your life from February 23rd to the 28th. Okay? Because you got Mars going direct, you got Mercury conjuncting Saturn, you have this new moon, your Jupiter's direct. There's so much happening. But February 23rd, because Mars went direct, February 23rd until this point, no planets retrograde. Okay? None. You know what I'm going to say. Take action. Take action. Please plant seeds during this new moon. Please. Okay? Please. And I say that because at the end of January, at the end of this month, Uranus is going to go direct. And I talk about that in your forecast for this week. Yeah. So on Wednesday, it's a weekly forecast for the last week of January, which is the best week of January, which is the luckiest week of January, which is when we have one of the best new moons of 2025. I love these two back-to-back new moons. These new moons are so special. Okay. So there's just so much happening in February, even though there's not as many aspects as January. The ones that we have are powerful. They're really, really, really big. All right. Does anybody have any questions before I go to the challenging days? Let me see. Private readings, still, I will let you know, and you will definitely know when I open that up, but I'm still not doing private readings at this time. But I will let you know when I have time to open up slots. Neptune, Aries. Yep. Matthew, you said you're excited for the weekend. First time I've celebrated your birthday, January 25th. That's right, your birthday's January 25th. I think there's a bunch of y'all with January 25th birthdays. That's big. You've got all that Uranus activity. There's gonna be some surprises. DJ BT, that's right. Yep, all of y'all. Did you paint those paintings? Oh no, I didn't. That was a friend did that painting, and that I just took a shot. I was in Mexico for one of my birthdays many years ago, and it was just this amazing photo of Ruby and this sunset. And so I just blew it up, and but good eye. I need to put some more artwork up there. There's a lot more up there, but the camera view cuts it off. Maybe I'll put them up. Yeah, and y'all, the new moon again. I can't even begin to tell you. You're gonna start feeling shifts right now. So get in preparation mode for the new moon at the end of the month. It is one of the best new moons. It's one of the best new moons of 2025. Again, I explain why. There are many reasons why. Okay, many reasons that I explain in your forecast that I'm going to drop this week. Okay, it's going to be January 27th to February 2nd, and then I'll do your February forecast for and I'll post those at the end of this month. Um yeah, M Lopez, you said, will February bring in the abundance Aquarius with moon in Virgo? Yeah, yeah, as long as you take action. Absolutely. This is February, such a great month. There's a lot that's happening. And again, it's really more preparing for March, but you get a lot of time to plan your path forward, to take those actions, to have the path for you. I have a moon in Virgo too, M Lopez. I'm feeling you. um but yeah, if you're a Virgo moon, it again, it I talk, remember, you've got the South Node in Virgo. Um you probably felt we just had the moon in Virgo, right? We've got the moon in Libra. It's today. We've had the moon in Virgo for the past few days. So you could have felt a lot of, did you feel a lot of emotions recently? Mm. Carrie, oh my gosh. So you just wrote, wow, Jimmy, we really are living the future. What a time to be alive. Yes. I am so glad you said that. I should have. Okay. I'm going to do, after this live stream, I'm going to post it on my Instagram. But I was, and this is when I say people are waking up, like, you remember I said, when you see those winks from the universe, those like synchronicities, like that. So I was, just, I had, a doctor's visit a few days ago when I was in Manhattan. I remember thinking, oh, we're about to move into Aquarius season. That's all about the future. And I was walking and, texting something. And as soon as I looked up, there was a sign, not a sign, but graffiti that said, I don't, it said, we own the future. That couldn't have been more Aquarius. And I took a picture and I'm going to post it on my Instagram, which is just the tarot ship. But I'm going to, and if you're not following me on Instagram, I post a lot more there than I do, I only do one Sunday community post on YouTube. So I do a lot more, especially stories. But I love that you said that, because that's so true. That is Aquarius season. Okay. Carrie, you asked, can you do a live on houses, the ruling planets, and signs online really contradicts itself? You're so four O's confused. Yeah, I think eventually I can. Yes. But tell me, what is it, if you want to drop a question on what you're confused about, because that's just so general, I'm not sure what you're confused about. Okay, so if you want to leave a question about specifically what you're confused about, maybe I can just answer it now. Ellen, you said you agree about the amazing great aspects of AI. Concerns are rooted in our being flawed and the probability that, one, as we are imperfect, so will our creations, and two, this is AI getting rid of the imperfect. Well, that is, yeah, so that, and here's the thing, it's already happened. Yeah, AI's happened. There's no stopping it. And that is the way that we have been progressing. I know that it's almost like every time there's something so, people have a tendency to reject the unfamiliar, especially if they don't know what's going to happen, in the long run, right? So that's something that, you have to shift on the positives, because this has happened. And it's like that Five of Cups. You can't you can't always like, oh no, like that. That's you putting yourself in low energy frequency, holding onto the past on how things were. We are now in the future where AI, the genie's out of the bottle. You can't put it back in. And so you've got to learn how to, you know, adapt to it. And again, I know it is, you know, it's so unfamiliar, but it's something that there are definitely going to be regulations. It's the same thing. I don't know if y'all remember. I think it was like 1996 when I think scientists cloned the first sheep. Do y'all remember that? Yeah, there were regulations. So there has not been anything, well, not that we know of. Remember, Pluto excavates, there may be some things that can the surface, but yeah. So it's a matter of adapting with these energies because it's already it's happening. Um Carrie, you said, you are telling me the world is my oyster and I can go in any direction I want. I'm so used to living in the Pisces era. I have no idea how to think so big. It blows my mind. Yeah, you're gonna listen. Again, if you saw my last live stream about like 8, 9, 10 big news events, big events that have happened in our world. Just and we haven't even hit the sun conjunct Pluto. That's tomorrow. Like you are going to see a lot of things unfold, but again, there's big shifts. Time is accelerating. Things are happening at a faster speed. And you're just gonna see a lot of things unfold. Jacqueline, you said you've been having very vivid dreams, showing me new places. Wow, that's great. That's great. Always trust your dreams. Now that the North Node is in Pisces, Neptune also in Pisces conjuncting, right? Please pay attention to your dreams. That rules dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. They're gonna be sending you messages. Okay. And that's what I'm talking about too with all the AI and whatnot on how we just don't know. It's the same thing with dreams. Everything's, theories. And so there can be, a lot of concrete facts that come out with AI about things that we don't know. And that would bring more security than the not knowing and fascination. But we are living in a time that is very, very unique. Okay, very, very unique. All right, so let me do the other date. Okay, so we're gonna look at the challenging days. These are the challenging days of February. You ready? Full moon in Leo. So, this is it. And the reason why is it's, remember, full moons they illuminate. So a lot of things are going to be illuminated, right? And there's a sense of, again, letting things go. But the reason why this one's a little bit challenging is because surrounding the full moon, the sun is going to square Uranus just, a day before, and then Mercury will also square Uranus the day before. So, that's the only reason why this is a little bit challenging. It's going to be opposite Pluto in Aquarius. So it's really, really asking you to really let things go, to transform. And you may have unexpected things happen because of Uranus, right? That can bring surprises. But other than that, you can still use this full moon, right? To let things go, to let things go, have a major turning point in your life. And that's it. That's it. How amazing is that? In February, that's the only challenging day is a full moon. And it's not even like it's that it's like mild to medium, to be honest. It's just remember, it's your response. It's how you handle the energies around this time. Um yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say is that yes, February. Well, I'll say I'm gonna say your forecast, but we do have some shifts. We do move into Pisces season. Happy birthday, Pisces, in February. Mercury will move into Pisces. Venus is moving into Aries. There's a lot of transits. Well, actually, not just a few transits. But again, February is gonna be um a great month because we're on the heels of the new moon in Aquarius, one of the best of 2025, happening January 29th, right? Day after my birthday. And then and Jupiter trine the sun, which only happens twice a year, and we get one right off the bat in January. And so you see how we're moving into February and all the amazing things happening in February. And then when we get to mid-February with the full moon in Leo, that's just like, okay, I'm changing, I'm adapting, I'm transforming, I'm letting this go. And then I'm back on board. I'm in the saddle of all these amazing aspects that are happening at the end of February. So again, it's all about you. I want you to really prioritize, with the North Node being so active, right? Which direction do I want to go? What is my destiny? What is my purpose? Because I know it now, and I'm put all the eggs in that basket, and then some in here and some in here. But really, really just taking charge. You're gonna have the time. You're gonna have the time. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Coco, you said you're seeing number sequences. Keep seeing a lot of ones, twos, threes, fours, and you have been for years. And you say it gets intense every day. That's good. You're awake. You're awake. If you're not awake, if you're not, self-aware or having those moments of, just high frequency, like you wouldn't see those, you know? So that's a great thing. That's a great thing. And that's what I'm talking about, those synchronous, like you will see them and they're meaningful. And again, I do talk, there's something happening next week. Maybe I'll drop your, anyway, something happening next week. That's just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And has to do with numbers, numerology. And remember, I did say a lot of things are, once we move into March and April, y'all, you have no idea. You have no, like, buckle up. Remember, I said a lot of things that's happening in March and April has not happened since like 500 BCE. As I said in my last live stream, that is a big time. That was the time of the birth of Buddhism, right? The Bodhi tree. That was the time of a lot of philosophers. That was Confucius. That was the time of Pythagoras, right? Numerology. Like he's considered like the master numerology. Like, so big. And that was also like the birth of like democracy, like 500 BC. Yeah. So anyway, March and April is going to be really, really, really big. But February's chill. It is very chill. It is giving you time to work on yourself and what you want moving forward. So Kat, you say your birthday is February 1st. Happy birthday. You're starting a new job. Amazing on the 22nd. That is just a few days from now. You're excited. You've been super anxious lately. You're ready for change. So I'm not sure where the anxiety is coming from. Is it, well, it's probably like good anxiety. People can have that. Like I'm so excited for this. So it's that's great. It's good to, it's like that feel good. It's like those, your endorphins are just popping off, and that feel good energy. Unless you're like, no, that's not it, then there really isn't. Just remember that there is going to be, you saw your forecast, but starting on the new job, like right when the sun conjunct Pluto, that's powerful. That's powerful. That may be why. Um, Sandra, your birthday's February 5th. Oh, I love it. All these Aquarians. Y'all remember Dolly the Sheep. Sandra, you asked, what are the best days for love, money, etc.? Well, it depends on your sign, your rising sign, all of those. It's ooh. So, and maybe let's talk about this. Sirens going by. So it really depends on your sign. With Jupiter going direct around the time that the sun was trining Jupiter, anything with Jupiter is like luck, right? And then Venus is exalted in Pisces, right? So that's so much passion, that's so much love. Venus will then move into Aries, which is a very different vibe. And of course, I'm going to talk about that. And that means something different for every sign. So it really, really depends on your sign. In general, I would say, for money, it really honestly just depends on your sign. It depends on your sign, but you want to see what. So the thing with February is that Pluto is not as active as it was in January, but if there was one day for everybody for money, it would be February 7th. Okay. And the reason why is Venus is going to sextile Pluto. So you got the planet of money with Pluto, which represents money as well. I mean, this is the best. And remember, sextiles are windows of opportunity. Okay, so this is you taking action for that, but it's coming, right after Jupiter goes direct. So that's amazing. I would say for love would be the first half of the week, especially with Venus conjuncting Neptune on the 1st. That's amazing. Okay, February 1st. So really great time. But again, that whole first week I love for love. So pay attention. Again, everything is, the dates that I gave you are the biggest ones. The new moon in Pisces. That one's really special. All right. So okay. I hope I answered your question. So, and again, there's just not as much happening in February in terms of big aspects as January. I would take advantage of what's happening in January right now, because Venus is exalted in Pisces right now till the end of January. And that's special, right? And Venus is going to move into Aries on February 3rd, where it's a different vibe. Very different vibe. All right. So, Carrie, you asked, you're confused as I would like to do cross readings. I have a lot of Libra in my personal birth chart houses. Online, it says Libra is astrology sign for 7th house, but you say 7th is Pisces. I suppose I don't understand how the astrology signs and planets fall into the houses and how to compare my birth chart. Does that make sense? Yes. So everybody has their own chart from the day you were born. the chart you were meant to have. That's a reflection of what's happening in the sky, right? So it's like a snapshot. Your birth chart is a snapshot of what planets are where. Okay. So with you, Carrie, you're saying you have a lot of Libra in your personal birth chart. Well, the main thing is seeing what aspects are happening with those planets. And let's say, I don't even know, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're an Aquarius. You would see, let's say you're an Aquarius and Libra risings, right? So you would see what planets, the aspects are happening for the week based on your rising, okay? But if you were an Aquarius, it's your season and you're an Aquarius. That's who you are. That's your identity. That's your purpose. That's your soul. So you have to look at both your sun and rising. Okay. And then it gets a lot more specific based on your birth chart, where the planets are in the houses. Yeah. So basically, watch your sun, watch your rising, and that's when everything makes sense because all the planets are having conversations throughout the month. Every week, they have aspects, right? Tons of aspects. And so that affects both your rising and your sun because they're all talking, and your moon as well. The lunations that happen all the time, every day, are so incredibly important. They're so important. A lot of people don't. It really, and because they have aspects too. And remember, your moon is like your emotions, even that maternal side of you, even your mind sometimes, right? So it really, really, it gets a lot more specific when you know your chart, when you know your birth chart, because then you can look at progressions, you can look at your solar. I mean, it gets a lot more specific. Um, yeah, yeah. So every sign represents something different for you. And if you have a lot of Libra in your chart, when you have planets in Libra, when we get to September, October, you're going to really feel the impact of that. Yeah. But you have to see the aspects that are happening. That's really important. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Mackenzie, yeah, it's all about the house system being used for charts as well. You can do Placidus, you can do whole house. Um, Here's the thing. I think I mentioned this before. I some You have to know what house system resonates the most with you. And Mackenzie is absolutely right. Placidus and whole house are the two that are the most popular, but it can shift your chart. So you have to see which house system you identify with more. Okay. For example, I have 5 planets that are from Placidus to whole house. They change houses when I use whole house. 5 planets is a lot. It's a lot. I have a lot of late degree planets and early degree planets, 0 degree planets. So it really depends. So I've had to be open minded about using both systems. Um, but maybe maybe I'll do a little thing for you. Maybe I'll do a little learner, like a little course, y'all. Okay. Mackenzie, you said Astro Seek. Yes. And there's a dash, Carrie, for astroseek.com. There's a dash between Astro and Seek because the other one you don't want to. That's the one. There you go. That's great news. Okay. And Carrie, yes, those were church bells. What a great sign. What a great sign. So, y'all, any other questions? I'm happy to answer any other questions. Um, y'all, tomorrow's big. Tomorrow's big. Okay? I really, really want you to really, really, this is a year your entire life will change. I cannot stress that enough with the fact that we do have a year that we've never seen in human history. The fact that four outer planets are moving together in such a compressed period of time while Pluto is in Aquarius, tugging us toward the age of Aquarius, while the North Node is in Pisces, right? With a stellium of planets in Pisces for this month and February. Remember, Venus, Neptune, Saturn. I mean, even the moon over the weekend. And so that's a lot of Pisces and Aquarius energy. Aquarius is the collective, Pisces is the collective unconscious. This period, starting now, starting today, moving into February, is so pivotal. It's so strong. So please take advantage of these energies for you. Please. It's a really good time. It's a really good time. Any other questions that I have your January 27th, the week of January 27th, those weekly forecasts I'll post on this Wednesday, and then I'll do February at the end of this month because there's so much happening the last week. Really big stuff. Okay? So really excited. And I want you to get excited. There's like 5 things that are so special about the last week of January. And that's why I want you to get in that mode of really know what you want, going for it, putting wheels in motion for the new moon that we're gonna have. Yep. Okay, so Carrie, you said the penny has just dropped. There are 2 systems, and not that the internet is contradicting you. They use a different system. Okay. I don't know if that was about. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Danielle. Carrie, you said, Jimmy, you only had one challenging day. That's easy. We can do that. Yes. So for February, again, and you have to see them as like a cluster. Oh my gosh, that's the other thing. For next week, well, there's one aspect that I say we kick off the week with that actually happens this week, but I put it on there more as like a reminder as remember this is all happening over the weekend together. I didn't want people to forget. And I don't think I clarified that in a lot of the forecasts. Like I so just know that it's just an aspect that's pretty much happening over the weekend and you'll still feel it on Monday, January 27th. But February, yeah. I mean, when you throw the moon in the picture with the aspects, yes, emotionally you can be tugged this way, that way. But in terms of February, it's just that full moon that we have where leading up to it, 2 days leading up to it, that's when you're going to have Mercury and the sun squaring Uranus and the opposition to Pluto, but it's again, that's it. There's really nothing else that jumps out. It's all really wonderful aspects. So that's why February is considered one of the best months of 2025. All right. It's going to be really nice, especially because you're going to be riding this amazing wave into February with the sun trine Jupiter and with the new moon in Aquarius, which is once again one of the best new moons of 2025. Okay, y'all, thank you so much. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being tier 3 members. Oh my goodness. Y'all, what a week that we're moving into. remember, take advantage of all, please, 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 please. There's going to be a lot of things. And remember, this is a week where the Uranus is going to be very active too. So you do something different. It's really, yes, you're going to have a lot of big shifts and, surprises and whatnot, but it's more for you to break free and do something different, see things differently. But it's a very active week that we're moving into. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that is you got everything you needed from that. Again, really great days. The full moon is the one that's like, yeah, but it's not the like most challenging of the year. It's like so y'all are amazing. I hope that was helpful. I will put out your readings for next week, January 27th to February 2nd. Or the last week of January. I'll do that in a few days from now. And then and I'm going to post that thing on Instagram. Thanks for reminding me. There's a thing. I might just do a story on Instagram. Y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And I will Carrie, let me think about what I can do. I have something in mind that I was going to do for this tier for February, but let me see if I can squeeze something else in to bring a little bit more clarity for you. But yeah, all right. Y'all, thanks so much. Y'all are amazing. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Aquarius season. And the sun conjuncting Pluto tomorrow. I will see you. I'll see you very soon. All right. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Thank you.